good memories from. Okay. So the way the group on promoting access to e-participation worked was to identify first the challenges of e-participation and participation in general, and then talk about each stakeholder individually and try to come up with some nice recommendations for every stakeholder in particular. And then the rapporteurs worked together on a preamble, and Daniela helped us wrap the whole document up. So here we go with the preamble. We, the participants at the expert seminar, New Ways of Participation in Multicultural Youth Work, gathered together in Budapest during June 14th till 18th under the framework of Enter Project on the access to social rights for young people from disadvantaged neighborhoods. Having identified the challenges of participation and e-participation, having understood that e-participation is an important tool that could supplement other types of participation, taking into consideration the different social backgrounds of the participants, have made the following recommendations to the main actors in social life. And I'll start with the group on promoting access to e-participation. So, regarding the youth organizations, what should youth organizations do in this regard? First, they could empower, develop and promote the use of e-participation tools such as social networks, interactive platforms, audio-video materials to their members. These tools should be structured and developed into a strategy to approach disadvantaged neighborhoods. Then they could combine the e-participation tools with regular face-to-face meetings, organize trainings and workshops to develop e-participation skills, engage authorities and civil society representatives in virtual meetings in order to shorten the distance between the two sides and generate a structured dialogue, create e-learning opportunities for young people adjusted to the specific problems of their disadvantaged neighborhoods, develop e-youth work, develop e-youth work to prevent dangers on the web by training courses and exchanges of good practices, network better between themselves to exchange good practices, success stories and tools of participation and e-participation. We have also come up with 4 recommendations to researchers, for Mamadou especially. The researchers could create evaluation tools to monitor the effectiveness of e-participation activities in disadvantaged neighborhoods. Okay, so evaluation tools. They could better identify and explain the status quo or the problems in disadvantaged neighborhoods, implement specific participatory endeavors to young people from disadvantaged neighborhoods, and identify the disadvantaged neighborhoods and shape their profiles. Then we came up with a full list of recommendations to policymakers on the local, regional and national authorities. So they could or should develop free internet coverage in disadvantaged neighborhoods, develop and encourage structural dialogue so that at least once a month they are engaged in participation or e-participation activities, support the work of youth organizations by providing materials, spaces and funding opportunities to them, be more engaged in partnership agreements with NGOs and the private sector to attract more resources to the local community, offer recognition to the participation and e-participation activities that make a difference in the community, use grants, vouchers, or other types of support to help young people from disadvantaged neighborhoods acquire technological equipment, train policymakers in the benefits of e-participation opportunities in their line of work, ensure the presence of at least one youth center adequately equipped with computers and other materials necessary for e-participation in disadvantaged neighborhoods, have user and youth-friendly websites, have multiple language support of the websites of public authorities in multi-ethnic neighborhoods, And that was it for the policymakers. And then for European institutions, we came up with the following recommendations. They should encourage all of the member states to develop the job of youth worker, develop the profile of youth work, act as the driving force to implement policy change at a high European level, organize and support training courses at the European level for youth work. They could be long-term and sustainable, follow-up by platforms. The Council of Europe could recommend the members of the Congress of Local and Regional Representatives to encourage and be more involved in e-participation activities in their neighborhoods. The Council of Europe could use the Congress to share good practices of e-participation as a way to solve or better address community problems. The European Commission could allocate more resources to help disadvantaged communities use e-participation tools. The European institutions could make participation in disadvantaged neighborhoods a priority in their line of action. And the last one, the European Commission should make a more effective promotion of the e-consultations on various topics when working on draft papers. I guess that's it for the group on promoting access to e-participation.
Thank you. Can we then have the group on e-participation as a response to discrimination, violence and exclusion? Julie, I think this would be